All right, welcome everybody to another Spectrum Vlogs, and today we're going to be unboxing the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses in the Wayfair style. And these were actually picked up at my local Walmart for $329 off the shelf, and they're pretty much like pre-made with the Wayfair lens as a matte black color profile fitted with the polar gradient graphite lens in a size 155. So this is, rather than being like the regular, I believe it's like 144 or 145 distance between the lenses. These are the 155, the larger ones, to fit a little bit more comfortable, as opposed to that snug squeezing, you know, sort of like the temple problem that a lot of reviewers have had with their glasses. So these ones, having the gradient graphite lenses, are not going to be the transitional lens. However, they do transition from darker to lighter towards the bottom of the lenses, and I actually did like that they're not totally blacked out. So the measurement being 155 for this gives a little bit more space on the bridge of the nose, as well as like the spacers on the side to side eye profile. And other than that, matte black frames have also gotten a little bit of like pushback when it comes to being fingerprint magnets when it comes to handling these. If you have greasy hands, I definitely do more often than not. But even then, I can still like see myself kind of like overcoming that complaint sort of aspect because of just like the cool factor of how these look in a matte black finish, as opposed to the high gloss black. I'm not too particularly concerned when it comes to hiding the indicator light or anything, you know, tech wise. So that wasn't really like a thought process of like going into this, you know, one of the major concerns of mine. If anything, it was just more excitement for getting my hands on this as soon as possible and paying a much more affordable price than what you would find online, because online you tend to have more of the overly taxed $396 totals if you wanted to get more selected colors, as well as like selected lenses that come paired up with that, so you can get your custom you know, orders at $396 or out the door $329 if you just go with what you see on the shelf and can do away with that. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pull the little seal here for the actual reveal of what we get for the presentation. So first and foremost, you see the wing flaps part ways off to the side, revealing the actual charging case. And so the charging case doesn't have any kind of connectors or any cables or anything like that. You do have to supply your own USB-C for the bottom of this. However, when it comes to the actual power supply that this has already in it, as you can see, it's already preloaded with power out the box. When you close it, it still goes into that green indicator to show that you have a full charge on the device. And of course, like as you've seen in other videos, on the bridge of the nose, on the inner part of the glasses, that's where they would actually dock into the inner fixture to the actual case. So going ahead and pulling up, there's a little tab here, pulling up and out, you can see that the little black mount piece is there front and center. And here are the actual glasses. As you can see, they're like semi-translucent, but with a little bit of that kind of transition-esque kind of feel to them, without truly being transition lenses. Of course, as usual, you have the covered bars, the arm bars to the sides of the glasses. And on the right hand side, this is where you would have your commands, your touch features, and swipe back and forward for your volumes up and down. I think it's like a triple tap for your playlist song to go one song previous, and then one tap to go forward. And I believe it's like, or I don't know if I'm not mistaken, it's like 2 taps for play, 3 taps for pause. I forget, like I would have to learn as I go pretty much. But of course, you have the top single press button, which that's your main shutter. So as said in other videos, it's a single long press for recording video, a single short press for snapping a picture. And other than that, once it's connected to the actual phone app that you would be instructed to connect this with, then you can, issue your voice commands and proceed, as usual. Of course, when it comes to a comparison from these glasses to other glasses out there that are like standard fit sunglasses, the hinges here are like really bulky. The actual arms are bulky, so they have like a really nice, comfortable look, a sunglass look to them, so they present really well. Of course, you have fully loaded cameras that are capable of, now with the latest update, having 3-minute interval of videos, as well as busting all that out into your actual Meta app, and then from there putting them into your personal device, your gallery, to where you can stitch everything together and make a longer video out of the succession of 3-minute intervals per scene. If you were to record, or if it was your wish to record longer videos, like up to 20-minute vlogs and so forth for the YouTube creator. Otherwise, live streaming, I believe, goes up to 30 minutes. And but there's also mixed answers when it comes to that. I don't know if it's an unlimited live stream time or if it is limited to the 30-minute. When I was actually purchasing these, I did run across a rep that he was there installing some of the stands for Rayban, and I did learn some details as far as what is like coming up for the next generation. So as of this time in October of 2024, he said 8 months later there's going to be a new drop for the 3rd generation, which is going to have updated features in it. And a lot of the current concerns when it comes to the vertical aspect ratio are going to be corrected, as far as the resolution when it comes to the 12 megapixel camera that's loaded up front. That's also going to be enhanced even further. And he didn't want to go too deep into detail whether it's to deny or confirm certain corrections that are going to be made. But a lot of the reviews that we've seen thus far here in 2024, as these have dropped late in 2023, with the 2nd generation, these are already a huge factor, stepping forward when it comes to the tech. But there's a lot more exciting things on the way, and I definitely can't wait for the next edition on the version 3 of these glasses. So again, when it comes to the actual case, it's of course like a premium leather case that you would get from Rayban with the suede inside, so it always has that soft touch. It has like a nice base right here where it would have a lot of relief for the placement of your arms, where you actually rest this into the case, and there's no like room for play, and I guess like bouncing around once you're set to charge this and have it in your pocket, or even then just place it off to the side. You could kind of like hit the field with this and not really be too concerned as far as how it's going to hold up over time. So this definitely gives like a nice premium feel that's gonna hold true to its quality with that genuine leather feel. I don't know if that's like real leather that's going into this. However, it does have a premium feel to it. Besides that, the actual getting started paperwork is also included in the box, as well as a scanning QR code to actually get more additional information as far as Meta Rayban seller locations, and then safety and warranty that is included in the package. Another major thing that was mentioned when it comes to the concern for the lenses is if you're unhappy with your current lenses, of course, like you can always get an exchange at the store and get the ones that you prefer. But of course, like that's why you kind of have to be extra picky upon purchasing them, because there have been a few videos out there where people have swapped the lens, like popped the current ones and swapped them out for different ones, and that does void the warranty. So fair warning for those of you who have that idea in mind. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and program this to the phone and give you guys a walk around the block here at nighttime to see how this performs right off the bat, like out of the box, with the 32 gig onboard memory storage and the capture capabilities of this. I mainly wanted to see what it can do at night, and as opposed to all the daytime shots that you have like with the panoramic, like, you know, sort of stable like features enabled and all that that are coming right out of the glasses. So I wanted to go ahead and see how this would do, sort of just like throwing it to the wolves in a very selected scenario. So I will pretty much like post that footage joined up with this footage, and then that I'll give you additional thoughts when it comes to you know, what we're looking forward to for the future of the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses. So I'll see you guys in the next clips with this night footage. All right, so as you guys can see, I am actually filming in a much more extreme location up here at the top of a dark mountain that has like no kind of lighting or no piercing sort of backlighting when it comes to street lamps or anything otherwise. You know, I do have this flashlight handy with me. I'm not even sure if you're able to see directly in front, you know, but just for example, here's my cell phone and here are my hands directly in front of my face. So walking up on this incline, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a quick example as far as like the forced lighting here at night to see what this brief illumination can actually show, and maybe some of the depth of field as far as like how far you can actually see using that light. And otherwise, you know, without a handy flashlight, you know, to do night filming while walking on a hike at random, I guess, even though like a mountain lion can fully, you know, bite the hell out of me if it wanted to, still one of the biggest things that I wanted to give an example of was the street down below. So I guess now that sirens are going off on the distance, you can see off to the farthest distance here across the way, there are parties going on. There's sirens going on. There's nearby traffic, and of course it's going to dominate, you know, to hear the sound of my voice above all of my surroundings, because if I can hear me, then so can you. Everything that is like closer to the temple and like the eyes, the nose, and you know, sort of upper skull, upper like foreground of your head can be heard above all the noise pollution that's going on down below. So I'm gonna do another back-to-back video with this to shoot some of the traffic noises as cars pass me by, so that way you can actually hear some of those examples as well, to, you know, in conjunction with the spoken word. So besides that, I wanted to show how like this auburn lighting of this like nighttime lamp setup here down in the street below shows on the lenses in comparison to the much more dim lit, no backlit desert here that I'm facing up top on the steepest part of this upper hill area. So I did make the adjustments to the 3-minute video length so I can actually fit a lot more information in these videos, and it definitely does come in handy when you're sharing a thought and then stitching that together with multiple other videos to then make a far lengthier vlog style video. So despite the fact that the vertical framing of the glasses is limited at this exact moment, I definitely have a lot more higher expectations for the future, the near future, for what these glasses have to offer. All right, so this is going to be a little bit more of that noise sound test quality video, where there is passing by traffic on the opposite lanes, and I'm going to go ahead and continue my stroll on the way back to the house, so that way I can stitch these together and upload them in their raw format along with that unboxing video. So as you can tell, there's quite a bit of noise pollution going on. As far as like the lighting, it's not too entirely bad when it comes to the main street here, from what I've seen in the previous samples that I've taken. So if I'm doing like a very slow pan to sort of capture the images, of course, like the active HDR has a little bit more trouble coming across the actual like lighting and stability, sort of meshing together, and you can see a little bit more of that struggle happening. I am wearing different shoes that have a little bit more cushion on the soles, and I'm walking across like different terrains. Of course, I was just up on the mountain, now I'm on hard floor, and I tend to walk a lot more heel heavy than anything else. So when it comes to not switching up my style of walking, or being extra, you know, sort of animated when I talk beyond what I normally would anyway. That's like the biggest point that I wanted to make sure that I don't get a hold of or get into the habit of doing, because facing facts, nobody walks like Frankenstein because like they're extra showy of their hands. Of course they want to display how impressive it is to go hands-free, and in this case I'm holding two separate objects, one of them being a flashlight, one of them being my cell phone, to actually show you guys that it's completely possible to record a video at the same time. So it's like a POV GoPro-esque type of energy. However, again, with the audio and video together, I think this is a pretty impressive package altogether to give you guys like a quick in the moment feedback as far as what I'm looking at in this exact moment. So definitely another cool trick up its sleeve, even though it still does fight a little bit to get a perfect image when it comes to the 12 megapixel camera, capturing all this information in such a low light extreme situation. I still wanted to put that on display so you guys can get an idea of realistically what you might be dealing with. And just to kind of like punish the sound quality a little bit more, I wanted to walk up alongside these sprinklers just to see, you know, maybe if like the hissingness comes out like crisp. This is also like with the sound quality enhanced with the troubleshooting option enabled to see what the sound, you know, comes out like. All right, and just like that, those were a few of the given examples when it comes to like field testing these things and actually like walking around, you know, outside, giving them like an actual real in the world test when it comes to like, you know, stacking them up against traffic noises as well as dark lit areas and exposure to, you know, the different elements when it comes to darkness and bright lit areas. So you can see, you know, again, these are really heavily shaded in lenses. And for those of you out there who, you know, did like I did and pretty much rushed the purchase when it comes to getting the darker lenses, and then realizing that like indoors is probably not the ideal setting for walking around with sunglasses necessarily, even though they are not transition, but the gradient graphite, going from darker to lighter, still that as much as that has a clear image for me, still it looks like kind of like a little bit more on the douchey side when it comes to walking around in a building that might be lit up, like let's say a Best Buy or a Target or Walmart. These might sort of give the excuse with the halogen lighting that you would get in those stores. So of course you have that excuse that you just don't want the harsh lighting, you know, to hit you in the eyes. It's up to you if you want to take the risk to pop these things off, just to kind of like put it on display that it's easy for them to go in and out. Literally, like if you just slide them in to the top sleeve first and make sure that they're adjusted into that pocket, the rest of them should pop in as such. And now the same could be repeated, you know, for the opposite. So and then just give them a little wipe down and you're good to go, back to normal. As far as whether I'm going to want to keep them on or not, of course I'm going to want to walk around indoors, outdoors, whatever, but then there's the conversation of like you have glassless glasses, but all for the footage, and who cares, pretty much. Otherwise, if you want a different design, they do have the Auburn stuff, like the watermelon, what is it, like the watermelon frame ones, I think. And you get like blue, you get orange, the ones that are like kind of polarized looking lenses for more of that sporty look. So you can definitely switch it up as you wish, as long as you get the correct sizes. So for the large ones, it's 53 millimeter, and I don't know what the regular fit, like you would probably have to look up on the side of your box. For me it says S, the lighting is messed up, so S53, that would be your lens size gauge. So look on the side of your box when you order it. It's going to be the middle one over the top listing, so it's going to say T155 for the size of the frame, and then S53 or whatever number you get, that's going to be your lens. Place the order, replace them at your own discretion. And again, to pop them off on the bottom of the frame, so this part out first, like kick it out, and then it'll easily pop out. So like if you have your 2 fingers placed underneath and then you press your thumb to the frame, simply doing it that way gets them out like that. Don't worry about scuffing them up if your hands aren't made of metal or like anything sharp. Obviously you can get them off no problem. They're gonna have finger marks on them. Just wipe them down and you're good to go. So nifty little trick, but still product review wise 10 out of 10. And it's gonna be like a 12, 13 out of 10 when the updated ones come over, or not come over, but like are made available for the open market. There are definitely a lot of things on the way that are going to push these to the next level and make things a lot more possible for YouTube, you know, content creators, live streamers, and anything otherwise. So if you are curious about them and you're on the fence about buying them, definitely pick them up. Pull the trigger. If you have the money now, get them now, smile now, and take the sting to, like, you know, to the wallet. Of course, $3.29 as like your base price, $2.99. There's also like the high gloss ones that are $2.99. Get those. They're the same thing. It's 32 gigs of storage. You get 30-minute of streaming, live streaming. You get 1 to now updated 3-minute intervals of footage, which I'm gonna use. Well, I already used the footage attached. Put 2 videos together, and now you have 6 minutes and an extended overall vlog all together for this review, and that just about does it. As far as the frame, definitely a little bit of patience goes a long way. So charge it out of the box. Make sure they're fully charged. They do give you, once you connect to the Meta app and everything, if you're already on Facebook, obviously just do the auto connect on everything except all cookies and information and all that stuff. Be responsible when you're using these things, and you're good to go. So enjoy, and see you guys in the next one.